Have you ever got freaky in the ocean? I never have. But I know somebody who has. Let's take a look at this police body cam footage of a lady who admits to having a rough day, going to the beach, hopping in the water, and pleasuring herself. Pleasure. Let's take a look. Before we get into that, headphones. Gotta have the headphones. Can you hear the Def Leppard playing in the background?
Speak to you for a second. We'll get you over there. Go ahead and bring your stuff. Yep. What's your name, ma'am?
Chris.
Chris?
Do you have your ID on you? Chris. Yeah, can I ask what the problem is?
All right, so someone called us. We got multiple calls about you.
What?
About something pertaining on the beach.
Yes.
Were you supposed to be, were you doing something you weren't supposed to be doing?
What?
Like, what were you doing on the beach? Like, prior to coming here? Prior.
Don't give us that face. You know what you were doing. But at the same time, this is a legal case. You probably should be quiet. Unless you just want to go, you know what? I'll just admit to everything. But yeah, look at that face. She knows what she was doing. She knows.
Where'd you coming here? Were you at the beach at some point in time?
Okay, I don't understand. There was nobody. I was just sitting on my tail. Nobody was around me.
Okay, and you were over at the beach?
Like I was near the water.
Near the water?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, someone called, and they saw you doing something you weren't supposed to be doing.
No, that's not true. Okay, look, is this something that my phone should be off for or on for?
You could, whatever you want to do. It's your right. If you want to record this conversation, you can. But we are also recording, so you know.
Okay, can you show? I mean, who did I offend? I don't understand. What did I do? What did I do?
So apparently you were masturbating on the beach.
Who saw that?
Busted.
A couple people.
No, they didn't. That's not true.
Why would they call us that?
Okay, because I was by myself. Now, I will tell you this. The only way that somebody would have called you is if it was a military operation. They're fucking doing this.
What do you mean military?
Never mind. Okay, so nobody was around. Was it an anonymous call? Is this one of my buddies? Okay,
Yeah.
one of my buddies.
No, it's not one of your buddies. It's a family.
Okay, look, let me show you what I did.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything in the bag?
No.
Is it right if I look through it? I mean, if you can open it and can I see the contents inside the bag?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't really understand what y'all are.
We're just here because someone called and we're very concerned. Okay.
This is really highly offensive to me.
I got it. I got you. And that's why I'm trying to figure it out.
It's my vibrator, but I just put it in I was sitting on the beach.
She's shifting different directions. I don't know how many beers she has had. First, it looked like she was going to deny it. Now, she said she's feeling offended a little bit. It seems like she doesn't understand how serious that is. Let me explain. her masturbating in the ocean, not a big deal to me. This is going to sound unfair. She's an attractive woman. I think that if it was an unattractive person or a guy, I would definitely not want to see that. Now, someone being by themselves in the ocean, doing their thing, really not a big deal to me. Now, going into the law, most places in the United States, you cannot go into public and do a sexual act. You can't do that. If you do, you are in trouble. Like serious trouble, to where it can affect your life. You could possibly have to register as a sex offender or something. And it doesn't seem like this lady gets that. If I ever went to a beach and I seen somebody masturbating in the ocean, like they're in the water, I would leave. Like, let's say I had my daughter there, I would get my daughter and leave. But in the grand scheme of things, not a big deal to me. But I'm okay with sexuality. If somebody's off to the side doing their own thing, it doesn't involve me. I don't need to look, basically. They're not putting it in my face. If I'm going out of my way to look at it, what am I looking at it for? Or looking at that person for? It's not very different. Context is important. I think if somebody put themselves into a place where, like a library, and started doing that, no, my thought would be completely different. So I hope you follow me on this. I'm not suggesting doing that, but to me, it doesn't bother me with that particular person. But remember, there's rules, there's laws in place, and I understand why they're there. I don't suggest you would do anything like that. I think there's more things going on that should require more attention, that should require harsher consequences, as opposed to dealing with this lady. Anyway, so there's a lot going on in here. I'm just letting you know that my personal thought on it doesn't bug me, doesn't bother me.
And I just okay. Do I get a ticket?
So you did have a vibrator.
Yeah, she's not grasping the seriousness of this. She's in trouble. She just said, "Am I going to get a ticket?" No, you're not getting a ticket. And then you're on your way. You are going to jail. You might have to register as a sex offender after going to court. Oh my gosh, I'm really thinking about this because it sounds like she's admitting to it now. At first, she kind of had this look on her face where she didn't know what the cops were talking about when they asked her, "Did you masturbate in the ocean?" Now, she's telling them that she did, but her attitude is like she's being bothered, almost like she's downplaying it too. And she's thinking, I think she, in her mind, she's thinking more of like from a basic human perspective as opposed to a United States citizen perspective. That's what it seems like to me.
Listen, I was sitting on the water like this, and I just put it in there, and it was covered up, and I just had an orgasm. I'm sorry, I was stressed out.
I got you. Okay, just hang tight for me.
I'm sorry, nobody saw me. I was in the water. Okay, so
Open and shut case. She even sat on the ground and like showed what she did. Not the actual act, but I had a rough day and I had an orgasm. As soon as she said that, the cop stopped talking. He turned around. He's probably looking at his buddies, like his cop friends. Like, did she just admit to this? She does not get it. She don't get it.
if this is anonymous call, somebody.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
People did see it. We didn't get a call for no reason.
I swear to God, I was sitting in the water. Nobody saw it.
I got you. Well, I mean, if nobody saw it, then they wouldn't have called, right?
Call if nobody saw it.
Man, please, don't do this to me. Are you serious?
Share the hand.
You want to take primary notice?
Armando can take it since he talked.
Okay, I got you.
This is ridiculous. What am I being arrested for?
Indecent exposure.
Indecent exposure.
No, but I didn't have any of my body
Someone
parts
called.
out.
It doesn't matter. A family saw it. They had kids.
What? There was nobody around me.
So.
Nothing in here that shouldn't be in here?
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna throw this in here. Okay.
We'll go through it at the car.
Yeah.
This yours, man? This yours?
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is Jesus Christ.
I wonder if she's from a different country. It almost seems like she's not familiar with U.S. Laws or normality. That's what it seems like. The way that her attitude is, maybe she grew up in a place where she didn't have to follow rules. But still, most people know when you go into public in the United States, you can't do stuff like that. Man, this lady, something's up with her. She's going to jail.
All right. Awesome. Oh, is it here? Sweet. Thank you so much. What's your name? Kimberly. Kimberly? Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's fine.
I know I'm not the only one that saw that. Did he just order cappuccino to go. Look.
Sweet, thank you so much. What's your name? Amberly. Amber? Yeah.
Where's it at? Right there, look. So he did that before they approached her. He had to have. Right? They came into the bar. He had to order. Then they approached the lady and then interrogated her. And then he picked up his cappuccino, his mocha chocolate or whatever it is with sprinkles. Look at this guy.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think the suspect is an attractive lady. I would bet money if that was a guy or an like somebody that's not attractive, maybe overweight or something, they would be treating this way different. Oh, especially if it's a guy. I bet you they would. But again, even I have an unfair opinion of that too, because I would view it different too. It'd be gross. That's how I would look at it. I'm admitting that is an unfair view because it's the same act, something sexual, but because a pretty person or an attractive person is doing it, it's like they're just expressing themselves. They're not hurting nobody. But if it's an ugly person, it's kind of like, oh, that's perverted. That's gross. And we see that happening everywhere in society. It's unfair sometimes. So I can admit that, even my personal judgment. Yeah. But still, you're not supposed to be doing that. That's the rules. You're not supposed to be doing that stuff. Not in public.
Thank you for confirmation.
Ma'am?
She really thought she was going to get a ticket.
No, we haven't gotten our ID yet. Let's throw that in the bag. $15, Tabby. Can you run a Georgia 27?
I don't know about you, but if I was searching that bag or touching stuff like this guy touching the ID, I would put some gloves on. Yeah. We don't know if she washed her hands, even if she was in the ocean. Yeah. Go ahead and put some gloves on.
Okay.
These are all broken up into half pills.
Okay.
Boiled peanuts. Use track.
Oh, Jesus. She said there's a vibrator in there.
Yeah, she needs to go now.
See, this cop that's searching the bag, if he was masturbating in the ocean, I would be like, that's gross. Lock him up. Unacceptable. My attitude would be different. And I think a lot of people's attitudes would be different if he was the one doing it.
Oh, nice. It's a bullet style. That's what they call it.
Did you hear that?
Oh, Jesus.
The cop said it's a bullet style. He's talking about the dildo. So it sounds like he's familiar with the types of dildos. I'm being lighthearted about this. I told you how I view it. If you're uncomfortable with sexuality, talking about things like toys and sex acts, I understand. I'm trying to have this channel go in a direction where it's close to a boundary, where it's entertaining, but I also don't want to offend people. I don't want to go too deep on that end where people are deeply offended. Sometimes that might happen. I know with what I just said, someone is not going to agree with me. I think, though, at this point, I'm okay with not making everyone happy, and I'm okay with providing my style of entertainment. This might not be your cup of tea. I hope it is. We're not going to always talk about this particular topic, but I thought I should put that out there. Hopefully you're okay with this level of talk. Can you imagine what a trial setting would look like in this case? That lady, she would have a really hard time taking this to trial and winning a case. Absolutely. She's on camera admitting to doing it. She's got paraphernalia. Is that what you would call that? Like a dildo? Because it's involved in the case, but it's not like a weapon. Okay, I got this picture in my head where she's in trial, right? The lady. And you have the assistant or the district attorney providing the evidence to show the jury. Like, look at Exhibit A. And then they pull out this backpack, and you got the dildo, right? The bullet shaped dildo. What would you call that? Because it's not a weapon. What would that be called? I don't know. That would be crazy. That's not good. That's really not good. I mean, she shouldn't have been doing that anyway. So she's just going to have to deal with the consequences. But come on. You had to have known that that's not acceptable. Something's up with this lady. Sometimes people have problems or they have issues. I don't know what's up with her. But she just that lack of control, because she doesn't seem like sloppy drunk. She doesn't seem like she's high on something. She sounds normal. I just think I don't know. What do you think? But the consequence of that don't look good. I think she's going to have to just deal with it. I don't think they're going to give her any slack. I think they're going to make her do some consequences that she may not like, and it may affect the rest of her life. Man, because once you get on like those sex offender lists and you have to register, your life is, geez, you can't go to a public library. You can't be in a school zone. Like, you have to do so much stuff. Man, those people that are like actually doing serious things that I think you should be on that list for, I think they deserve that. But something like this, it's different. Or like those people who maybe had to use the bathroom. Because I don't know when it happened, but if you like piss at the park, like piss behind a tree or something, say you had to go really bad and you couldn't get to a porta potty or get to your house. If you do that and you're caught and you get convicted of that, that's a sex offense. Even if there's no like sexual stuff happening. So anyway, this lady, she might have made a really big mistake based off of having a lack of self-control. You can't do that. Or maybe she just don't care. Let's look at this. Jeez.
Knows you going through it. You locking everything. Yep.
That lady's laughing.
Look at the code book, see what she was charged.
Okay. I mean, and she admitted to it. And she said she had an orgasm on the beach and all that other good mess. So, yeah. All right. Cool.
Isn't that the name of a drink? Orgasm on the beach? I think that is. I think that's a drink.
6 o'clock.
The name of the drink. Maybe it's sex on the beach.
What's that? Mm-hmm. Gotcha. I got you. And I mean, to be completely honest with you, I really don't care what you did, but again, someone saw it, so that's why we're here.
That's exactly what I said. He said exactly, well, not word for word, but that's exactly my point of view. Like, in the grand scheme of things, what she did, it's weird, but it's not like, I don't think it's traumatic. I don't think it was broadcasted in a way where it would affect somebody in a bad way. And also context, like where it happened. It's not like she did it at a playground in front of a bunch of kids or in front of like the setting. It's not like I got to choose my words carefully here because I don't want you to think that I support what she did. I'm just talking from a human perspective, basic instinct kind of person. Like if somebody did that in the woods and they're by themselves, is that weird or perverted? Or is it the person that's watching them do it? Because I can just not look and walk the other way. Does that make sense? Anyway, he said the same thing that I said, but also I don't think he would have that same point of view if the perpetrator was an unattractive person or a guy. That's what I think.
You know? I mean, if you're gonna do something like that, you know, don't get caught. That's all I have to say, you know? So, I mean, I got nothing against you, you know?
That was interesting. I didn't expect my mind to start thinking the way that it did from this video, because the content itself depends on how you look at it, right? I'm trying to give a political statement here. Sometimes when I look at things, I try to look at it from different angles. So I thought this was going to be something where I was going to crack jokes on and make fun of the lady for getting freaky in the water. That's what I thought. But then I started thinking about these other things. I started thinking about double standards, how double standards affect men and also affect women. Sometimes they benefit the opposite sex and sometimes they don't. Do you think if that perpetrator was an unattractive man, that person would have got treated the same as that lady did? I doubt it. I doubt it. And I even told you my own bias. I can honestly look at something and know when I'm having a bias about it. Then sexuality. I really started thinking about this just in that short amount of time because I'm comfortable with sexuality. There's things that I wouldn't do that's just not appealing to me. There's some things that I think are nasty, but I also understand when people want to explore. As long as they're not hurting nobody or taking advantage of anybody, I think it's smart to explore a little bit and figure out what you like. That way your sexual experience is enjoyable. And that's more of like the human experience at a basic level. Because we're in 2023, 2024, the information age, all these advancements in technology and the sophistication, right, of civilization, we, generally speaking here, not everybody, sometimes we have these moments where we forget that we are basic in a lot of ways. We created these different styles and looks, different ways of eating certain types of food, how we eat the food, how we dress. But we all eat food. We all drink water. Most of us engage in sex. You understand what I'm saying? Did her doing what she did in that water, in that location, at that time, is it going to destroy the fabric of society? This is the stuff I was thinking about when I was watching that video. I didn't expect my mind to work like that. With that being said, don't do what she did. Don't do that. You will get in trouble. Don't do that. Just some advice. Don't do it. I want to give a shout out to the YouTube channel who made this content. Police-Cam Nation. Police-Cam Nation. That is the YouTube channel where I seen that body cam footage. Sometimes it's difficult to cite an actual or the first source of information when it comes to footage. Obviously, this came from a police department because it's body cam footage. And this particular footage is seen on other platforms, other YouTube channels. I'm not sure who the original source is, but I'm letting you know my source where I seen it and where you actually seen it too. Yeah, I didn't expect this reaction video to go like this. It really had me thinking about some like deeper society kind of directional pattern. Yeah, I did not expect that. I'm overthinking it, huh? I hope it was entertaining. I hope it made you think a little bit. That's my desire for this channel. I want to have a good time, an entertaining time. Things don't always have to be so gloomy, but I like to have some kind of factual base on talk. Yeah, it's good to think. It's good to be honest about things. Sometimes facts are uncomfortable. That's how it is. Sometimes topics are like that. But I think if we talk in a respectful tone and try not to offend people when talking our truth, I'm saying try to avoid coming off disrespectful. I think that's a good style I would like to have when I'm talking, when I'm approaching different people, especially in this lane here. Anyway, let's yeah, I think that's good. Go ahead, subscribe to that channel and subscribe to my channel. Art Loves Y'all. Subscribe to it. I definitely appreciate your support. Thank you for spending your time with me. That's all I got.